Hi, MarkGrant here from SomeRaiders with a review on Team Sonic Racing. Only recently released on the 21st of May 2019 by Sumo Studio, Team Sonic Racing is a team-based kart game and the third installation in a kart series based off Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog. There have been a lot of kart games in the past, but the most iconic kart game for me has always been dominated by Nintendo and PlayStation. I'm of course referring to Naughty Dog's Crash Team Racing on PlayStation 1, and the ever-expanding Mario Kart series by Nintendo. There have obviously been many outliers and great kart games over the years, but from my childhood it has always been Nintendo and PlayStation that captured the karting game market. That is until Sumo Digital released Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing in 2010, capturing those missing markets, releasing on PC, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and Nintendo Wii. 2 years later, we got a sequel, Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed, and now 6.5 years later, we have the third installment in this Sega franchise, available on Windows, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. Moving on to the game, as the name suggests, Team Sonic Racing is first and foremost a team game. You'll be placed in a team of 3 and must work together to compete against 3 other teams. The position you place in the race will be scored and tallied together with your teammates. The total team score then decides the race winner. Thankfully, Sumo Digital handled this beautifully and gives a fresh new take on kart racing. The teammate in the lead will produce a glowing yellow slipstream behind them. If you drive on top of this slipstream, your kart will get a boost and slingshot you forward. This game style could easily come off as a useless gimmick, but maps are perfectly designed for teamwork. If performed correctly, you will have a continuous loop of fast-paced gameplay. However, if you have an uncooperative team, you will quickly find yourself slowing down and being overtaken by others. Continuous teamwork will also help fill your ultimate ability meter. This ultimate is an equivalent to the star power-up in Mario Kart. As with most kart games, there are also a series of collectible power-ups throughout the track. They are standard power-up abilities you can find in almost any game. However, teamwork is again the main focus of these abilities. You can decide to use the power-up yourself or trade it to your teammate who will get an upgraded power-up. For example, 1 missile will turn into 3 missiles, 1 speed boost will then turn into 3 speed boosts, and so on. Team Sonic Racing has all the key game modes you would expect. There's a campaign story mode with a basic storyline, 5 Grand Prix made up of 4 different maps, an exhibition mode for racing on a single track, time trials, and online multiplayer with a ranked and casual mode. These game modes can be played as either team races or can be played solo. While the option for non-team races was a nice addition, it was executed poorly, as most maps are designed for teamwork, resulting in solo matches becoming slow with long stretches of track before you find your next boost. The online multiplayer has also been a major letdown for me. Due to the game being stretched across 4 different platforms, the online player base doesn't seem to be there yet, and online games will have at most 1 or 2 more players before the roster is auto-filled with bots. This was a big letdown for the game, as the team mechanics would have really shined with more players instead of just AI. The last topic I want to mention is about the character rosters and kart customization. The roster is pretty limited with only 15 playable characters. Your teammates' characters will also be limited by your choice. If you look at the roster, it vertically shows you who your teammates will be. If you choose Sonic, then your team will be Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. These limitations are obviously not included in online multiplayer, and at times you can find yourself versing 3 different Sonics. The game also includes a form of loot boxes they call mod pods. Each race will award you a currency, which you can then use to buy mod pods. They reward you with various cosmetics including kart decals, horn sounds, and kart body parts. The unlocked body parts are not purely cosmetic and can be used to adjust your kart stats, such as handling, power, top speed, and defense. The drawback of this is that you then have to compromise between how your kart looks versus how you want it to operate. Final thoughts on the game is I've really enjoyed it. I currently have about 20 hours of gameplay and have had a blast rekindling my love of kart games. The team game mechanics are inspirational and makes this a great game to play with friends, or if you enjoy cooperative gameplay. Again, the biggest letdown has been online multiplayer. Hopefully the player base will get bigger in the future, but if you plan to purchase this solely just for online, I wouldn't recommend it, or at least research what the player base is currently like for your selected platform. I hope this has been helpful and maybe I'll race against you in the future.